Do you want to achieve? Do you want to become successful? Do you want to realize your true potential? Well, right now, you can't. You don't have any discipline. You lack motivation and you're wasting all of your energy. Honestly, life sucks right now, but it doesn't have to be that way. This used to be me, but not anymore. And I would like to explain to you what, in my eyes, was causing this lack of energy and this lack of motivation. See, when I look back at this period in my life and be truly honest with myself, the only thing I can say is that I was responsible. I was holding myself back. I was wasting my energy and motivation on things that just simply did not matter. I was distracting myself, undermining myself. I filled my day up with activities that were keeping me out of balance. This idea of balance is pretty complicated. It means the balance between taking in information and letting that information settle and process. It means the balance between exerting your energy, expressing yourself, and resting. It is also the balance between sadness and happiness. Maybe most importantly, the balance between pleasure and sacrifice. But perhaps the most controversial topic is a balanced diet. For the most part, a balanced diet means getting the right nutrients. The nutrients that your body needs for the lifestyle you want to live. Where you get these nutrients from, however, so the foods you decide to eat, that is up to you, with one exception. That exception is refined ingredients. These ingredients are from natural foods that are refined through a process that requires either heat, pressure, and or chemicals. Examples of this are soybean oil from soybeans, sugar from sugarcane, modified starches from potatoes, or white flour from grains. These ingredients can be found in many of your regular old products in the supermarket, but the worst ones are the ones that are completely made up of these ingredients. These are referred to as ultra-processed foods. These foods can generally be seen as bad for your health, but I also noticed that they directly impact my mood and motivation, and they do so for multiple reasons. First off, these foods are made to be as delicious or almost addictive as possible. This alone has a huge impact on my motivation. But the ingredients that these foods are made up of, these refined ingredients, also seem to have an impact on the gut microbe. The gut microbe are the bacteria that live in the stomach. They fulfill many different roles, but important for us right now is that the gut is partially responsible for producing neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters that regulate your motivation, your mood, and many other things. See, these foods are engineered to be as attractive, as cheap, and as shelf-stable as possible. And therefore they negatively affect our balance. See, eating is an action that is essential to human survival and is therefore backed up by a reward pathway in the brain that we are born with. And just like eating, there are many other actions that are just as essential to our survival and therefore are also backed up by one of these reward pathways. Unfortunately, however, there is a part of our modern scientists which have dedicated themselves to exploiting these reward pathways. Pretty much exploiting what makes us human. The next example of this is socializing. Back in the day, we needed to socialize to survive, to be accepted within a hierarchy, to interact with that hierarchy, and to eventually find a partner within that hierarchy. In today's world, socializing isn't essential to our survival, but having a large network will lead to more opportunities. Besides this, interacting with other people makes us happy. And of course then, today's engineered version of socializing is social media. See, social media creates the experience of interaction, while in reality being very shallow. There is an upside to using social media, but since these companies make profit by keeping you on their platform as long as possible, they have also made them as addictive as possible. It is kind of like a casino. In a casino, there are no windows, no clocks. It is honestly very complicated to get out of the building, and all the machines that are in there are made to look as compelling and attractive as possible. The entire environment in a casino is made to keep you there, because that is how they make more money. Just like with social media platforms, the more time you spend on there, the more money they make. Lastly, humans, and especially us men, are driven towards progress. We should be craftsmen. We should be expressing ourselves, exerting our force, and honing our skills. We should be dangerously good at something, a force not to be reckoned with. See, progress towards this is essential to human happiness. And video games create the illusion of this progress. Now, if I look back about 5 years, I used to spend most of my free time, up to like 8 hours a day, on video games. And I remember very well, when I was in that digital world, it felt like I was progressing. It felt like that together with friends I was working towards a common goal. But if I'm very honest to myself, the moment that PC was turned off, it didn't matter anymore. It was all gone. Video games aren't a good way to wind down and relax because they stimulate you like you are working towards something. They stimulate you like you're being productive. Video games therefore seep away from your energy and motivation to do other things, better things. Energy and motivation you could have used to invest in yourself, to become better at something that actually provides value to your life. The overarching theme of everything that I've talked about so far is that these products are engineered, designed and refined to exploit the earlier mentioned reward pathways. They are designed to unconsciously trick you into feeling like you're eating nutritious foods, feeling like you're progressing towards something, or feeling like you're socializing. While the reality is that the opposite is happening. Instead of putting your time in yourself, investing in yourself, into becoming better, you're being held back. You're being kept out of balance. I was pretty much addicted to everything that I've talked about so far. In the next video, I want to share with you how I overcame that, how I beat these addictions, and how I truly found my own way. I want to thank you for watching until the end. This is the first time ever I'm making a video like this, sharing my experiences, my ideas, my thoughts. So any feedback, whether you liked the video or didn't like it, would be very much appreciated. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.